Radio guys, here I am at the next oval that I'm going to review and talk about as part of my series of videos of football grounds where I've played a senior game of football. So here I am, Adelaide Oval. As you can see, I'm in this great big stand on the eastern side of the ground, and let's have a bit of a look at the oval. Rightio, so there's the famous scoreboard and hill, and as you can see, the ground is set up for AFLW because there's a game this Friday. So I'm currently in Adelaide for a AFL Masters Carnival, which we've just played today, and we've won both of our games thus far. So we play another game on Sunday, which we're really looking forward to. So basically, I'll talk to you about my experience at Adelaide Oval. So in 2013, my team, South Launceston, won the TSL Premiership, and that qualified. It's a bit longer, very long story, but that qualified the next team that I played with, Western Storm, to play in the Foxtel Cup. So it was a bit of a strange situation, but the theory was that if Western Storm take South Launceston's place in the Foxtel Cup, it'll be a good incentive to get a lot of the former South Launceston players to switch over and play there. So that's what happened. So that was the gist of it. So I think we've got about 15 out of the 22 players playing for the Western Storm. So this all happened in about April, May I think it was, so early in the next TSL season, and we actually started the season quite well with the Western Storm and won quite a few of our early games. So this game was played on a Tuesday night, and we were playing against West Adelaide, the West Adelaide Bloods, and so they I think they won the premiership in 2013, so they qualified for the Foxtel Cup as well, and we actually managed to win the game, which was just incredible. So yeah, it was a pretty good feeling. It was a bit wet out there that night, so I think that gave us Tassie boys a bit more of a chance. And I think that the West Adelaide Bloods, they actually dropped quite a few players, or gave a few more of the younger reserves players an opportunity to play. So that probably gave us a good chance, and we managed to get the chocolates. And I remember the night after was quite big, and I think we had to leave at about 8 o'clock in the morning. So it was tough going, but yeah, it was an amazing experience. It genuinely did make you feel like an AFL player. Getting picked up at the airport by a bus, getting all your airfares, accommodation, meals, everything was just taken care of. It really did make you feel pretty good about yourself. So that was that, and then winning that game then qualified, allowed us to play in the next round of matches, which was versus West Perth, which we actually lost. But just a couple of thoughts on this one. So my own performance, it was pretty solid. I probably had around 10 or 12 possessions on a wing. I remember coming in the game quite sore. I remember getting knocked in the rib about 2 weeks beforehand. I managed to play the TSL game on the weekend, so we played on a Saturday. I think that was against Kingborough, and we won. So I got through that game okay, and then played against West Adelaide over here. But I remember being very sore, and I blame a lot of my former teammates would remember this, but I remember blaming Billy Jack for kicking the ball to me, but he gave it too much air, and then I think it was a North Launceston player came in and got me quite well in the ribs, and that was quite sore for quite a few weeks. But thankfully I was able to play. I was still very sore coming into it, but got out there and got it done, and didn't hurt the injury anymore. I remember it being quite greasy. I remember some of our better players were some of our unknown players. Roy Thomas, I remember, I think he may have kicked 1 or 2 goals. The great Braden McGee kicked a goal in a low-scoring game. Both thought was quite a handy player. These conditions suited him really, really well. And I remember another thing that happened that night as well. So after we won and played, we were actually getting changed. Our change rooms are over here. So it's actually in the cricket change rooms. So there was actually, I remember this one quite well, Tom Raymouth, the great Razor, he was sitting where Graham Swan was sitting, and Graham Swan took out a texter and he wrote Swanee 1, Adelaide Oval 0. I don't know how that went for him later in his career, but at that time I think the English cricket team got a couple of wins here at Adelaide Oval, and that was his claim to fame. But I remember Tom Raymouth, he actually he wrote Razor 1, Adelaide Oval 0, and I'll try and get a hold of a photo of that because that'd be quite cool to see. But yeah, that's that. But yeah, have a look at the stadium. It's an absolute beauty. I remember we did arrive on a Monday. We flew over Monday, and we were actually able to come to the ground, and we were behind those goals. We weren't allowed on the oval, but we had a team photo there from memory, and I'll try and get hold of that one as well. And it's just starting to rain here actually, but it's all good. But yeah, absolutely phenomenal. There wasn't much of a crowd here, but it was still just an absolute pleasure and honour to be able to play it at a ground like this. You know, this is as good a ground as I've ever played at in my career, so pretty cool to have the opportunity to play here. The surface was incredible. Everything was set up really well. That was where our interchange box was over here, so that was where we were going on and off. I remember the Foxtel guys, the commentators, are actually every time a player or two would come off, they were getting interviewed. I remember there was a couple of pretty dodgy interviews being had. I'm pretty sure Braden McGee had an interview. Be great to see some footage of that again. But yeah, so we won the game. I think it was a goal or two. I think we managed to win by a goal or two, and yeah, the feeling that we actually were able to win a Foxtel Cup game, which was the first time ever a Tassie team had actually won it. Got won a Foxtel Cup game. It was pretty special. So yeah, pretty cool to be involved in it, and then it allowed us to play another game, which was bloody cool. So that's that. But yeah, just have a look we'll just have a bit of a wander around this stadium, have a good look at it all. And I've got to say thank you very much to my good mate Adam Spargo, who was able to arrange this my entrance into the ground, because quite obviously there's a bit happening here, and the groundsmen are very busy getting things ready for the AFLW game on Friday night between Port Adelaide and Adelaide. But and yeah, so Adam's good mate Peter Foreman was the man who let me in, and I do really appreciate being able to come here and check it all out. So yeah, there's the hill. That's where I'm sure a lot of sherbets have been drank over the years, and the Donald Bradman Pavilion up there behind where we actually got changed. So we're getting changed in here just behind the coach's box. So there you go. That's my review and chat about the great Adelaide Oval over here in South Australia. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope everybody has a great day. Go the Western Storm.